Welcome, Cancer and Cancer Cross Watchers, to your reading for, So thank you for stopping by my channel, and I hope you guys are having a good day. So we have Temperance and the Three of Pentacles here. Cancer, I feel like you're choosing a different path right now. It feels like you're choosing one that is, it's solitary. You may be alone, but it's just feels like you and someone else here have chosen very different paths. And I feel like you're happy where you are, and the decision that you've made hasn't, like, it's not one that you want to change. But whoever this other person is, this Three of Pentacles person, I feel like they definitely are a little bit smug and kind of feel like eventually you'll come to them. They seem to feel like they have more than you, and that like eventually you'll come around. And I feel like the longer it takes you, it's like they go from like smug to angry, like haughty, derision, maybe not derision, but like a little bit haughty towards the situation. And you're not letting it affect you at all, right? It's like this person, for example, let's say they're acting like they have the key for the lock, when like you don't need to undo the lock, you're just going to fly over the gate. So we're going to get a little background on this person. Oh. What's interesting is that I actually feel like when they were younger, they were in a very similar energy to you, and they seem to feel like they have like the perfect recipe for success, or whatever it is that they feel that they have that's better than yours. They seem to look at you like you're doing the same things wrong that they were doing. It does feel like there's a certain element of them genuinely wanting to help you. But it feels like you get satisfaction and validation out of different things than this person does, right? It's almost like they were in that similar energy because, hold on. It's almost like because they were fighting to survive there, not because they chose to be there. Not that where you are, you have to fight to survive. It just feels like it wasn't what this person wanted. I feel like they may want you, but only because they want you, not because it's like they want you to come into their world. It's almost like it's too scary for them to go back in, like feeling like they have to go back into that previous energy, feeling like they have to go back into where it almost felt like their efforts were futile in this. That's why they think they have it better than you. They do really want to take you into the fold. Like that, there is a genuine energy of wanting to help. It's just, kind of cocky. So we have the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Of course, the 5 cards come out. So it's on your person's side. So we have, I'm just going to move this so you can see these. We have the Fool, 9 of Pentacles, King of Cups, Knight of Wands, and Ace of Cups. I'm just going to pull this down. It was going to be like 1 card for this Page of Swords, but I guess we're going to have more. So I feel like someone has left your person behind at one point in their life. And I feel like it's left kind of like an empty feeling behind them. It's almost like there's always this, or at least when they were in this energy, there was always kind of like some sort of darkness, or this feeling like they're going to be engulfed in that dark energy. And I feel like they were always trying to like reach and strain to see the light. I feel like this is somebody that, at least this version of them, was definitely able to, like, they were very resilient. I feel like they were looking for something new and different, but it's almost like the connection that would have been had between you and this version of them, it's almost like it somehow doesn't resonate with them anymore. You know what I mean? It feels a little bit like this, the version of them now is somebody that kind of likes to play games. Not from a like they want to hurt, like out and out hurt people. They just kind of like to toy with people a little bit. They seem to, it's like they get some sort of satisfaction out of it. I feel like when they toy with people, they feel they're able to see that person's true self. It almost feels like they're able to manipulate people from their perspective. They feel they can manipulate people into exposing their true self when this person kind of toys with them. And it does kind of feel like they have a little bit of a holier than thou attitude, like they know what they're doing and people should listen to them. And you're over here, uh, and there isn't like a whole lot of anger and animosity and all that kind of stuff coming off of them. Um, I'm just realizing if I have said Gemini in this reading, I apologize. This is Cancer's reading. So I apologize if I've said Gemini. So anyway, I feel like you're already past all of this. You know what I mean? It's like it's a non-issue. It's a non, hold on. It's just like, it's just not even important enough to you to focus on or give any energy to. It's not even like an eye roll or like, oh, this person again. It's like you're just gonna let whatever's going on here to like run its course. I kind of feel like if this person was to come and like sit next to you on this, on the bank of the river or whatever that is, it doesn't feel like, excuse me, doesn't feel like you turn around and even acknowledge them. Again, it's not a like hatred, like you want to avoid them at all costs. It's just you know, you're just not going to interact with them. So, what can we tell? Excuse me. So we have the Ten of Wands with the Six of Pentacles again. Right? We have it at the bottom of both decks. So the Ten of Wands, of course, talks about feeling very burdened. I feel like in the situation with this person, it felt, I want to say it always felt like, for some of you it may have felt that way as the situation deteriorated. But regardless, it was never enough for this person. It was, it's like they would want 6 pairs of shoes to choose from, and they would expect you to take the pair off your feet to give to them if they wanted it, even though they had 6 in front of them. You know what I mean? It feels like they wanted everything to be about them. They wanted the whole focus on them, right? And it's almost like they seemed to see you as somebody that they just take from, right? It's almost like them wanting to help you was self-serving so that they can feel good about it later. It wasn't about you, if that makes sense. And I feel like for those of you that are, intuitive, I mean, you are a water sign. I actually feel that you it's almost like once you got a load of this person, once you figured out what was up, like you're just not doing it. And I feel like part of the reason you're not interacting with this person, it's the only way to get rid of them. Right? It's like some people, if they try to start something with you, you turn around, the two of you get in an argument, they go away. This person likes to argue. Whatever they need to do to be in an interaction with someone else and have, it's like they don't even need the energy to be good. They just need to focus on them. They need other people looking at them. They need other people giving energy to them, good or bad, good, bad, or ugly. And it's like the easiest, quickest, fastest way to get this person to go away is to ignore their existence altogether. Because it's like that you're not going to be the person that sets yourself on fire to keep anybody warm. Least of all, somebody that isn't even able to see themselves truthfully. And with this 10 of Wands, it's like this person seems to think, oh, it's just kind of a gross energy. They seem to think that you're going to come crawling back and like, no, you have more respect for yourself than that. Like, I don't know what they think is going to happen, but that's not what's going to happen. They seem to feel that you don't have resources without them. You're not going to be able to make it without them. Jeez. Like, okay. I'm about to get real judgmental. So I'm going to try to keep a lid on that, but it just like they're just so self-important that it's mind-boggling. You know what I mean? It's like, let's say for example, this is your stream and you built it, and one time they put like a drop from an eyedropper into that river. It's like they're going to go and talk to people and take credit for the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's like it always has to be about them. So, like, and the reason the Six of Pentacles is there twice, that's about kind of like generosity and give and take and things going back and forth. And there just wasn't that here. And I don't feel, hold on for a second. I'm not feeling either way how long it took you to get there. So it may have been a short period of time. It may have been a long time. But whatever it was, this person feels really toxic to you. And it's almost like that's kind of a sobering reality. I feel like at one point, maybe when they were back in this energy, they felt like they were really good for you. But it's like, but now that they've been given a little bit of power, a little bit of authority, you know how when it's like when somebody has money or they have power, you see who they really are because certain limitations aren't kind of forcing them to hold back different parts of their personality. And so it's like when that comes out of this person, when they don't have those limitations, this is what they are. And I feel like what I'm hearing from you is like, well, that, Cancer can't respect that. It's just like, I can't respect that. So what else is Cancer focusing on? Tower reversed. Okay. And then we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So the Tower, of course, talks about, that big sweeping change. And it actually feels like you're, you may be taking a bit of a reprieve from the world. It's almost like if you had been in a situation that was toxic for a period of time, I feel like you are aware, like self-aware enough and intuitive enough to know that like you're going to push the reset button, but it's like you're going to, it's almost like you're going to be removing any programming that situation may have put on you by yourself. And it's not that, like you're trying to be toxically independent and all that crap, okay? It's more you're going to get right with yourself before you take a step in any direction. And that's not the cards telling you that. That's just where you're at. I feel like this person, you know what? Their their energy is a little bit ominous right now, because it's almost this thing of like, if they can't have you the way that they want, they're going to go and talk shiz about you. You know what I mean? It's like they're going to go spread some rumors, they're going to da 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 da, and like let's go back to that same river analogy where they just put one drop from an eyedropper. And it's like, when they're friends with you, they'll take credit for it. Or when they're not friends, but when they're in a relationship, so romantic or otherwise, it does feel like even if there was romance there, that there was a real friendship in that connection. But it feels like they might take credit for your accomplishments when the two of you are on the same team, but when you're on the opposite team, it's like they're going to say really snide remarks, something to the effect of like, oh, well, Cancer has this, but, and I'm the one that did all it for them, but, they're not going to give me credit. You know what I mean? It's like they want to get sympathy, and I feel like it's that energy of like, people might hear them out the first time, but they keep doing it. They keep talking about it, and people are kind of looking at them like, what is the deal? You know what I mean? It's like they just keep saying the same things over and over again. I'm reminded of this meme I saw on Instagram. It said, it's almost like, I can't remember the first half of it very well, but it was something to the effect of like, people aren't talking about you. Or like, when people talk poorly about you, all they really want is like, what they're really going for in that situation is that they like the attention talking about you gets them. It all comes back to that, right? I can't imagine what kind of black hole of attention this person needs to fill all the time. But if you were in a real connection with this one, I feel like it must, like, part of me wants to say it must have been exhausting. And the other part of me wants to say that, like, you might have been closing this door for a long time because you didn't let this person siphon your energy. And I feel like they are usually able to do that with people. They're usually able to hook them, but they couldn't do that with you because you're too independent. And it's like, and they had this love-hate relationship. I feel like it's the energy of, going back to this, taking into account the friendship. I mean, it could even be a work relationship, right? But the connection that was there, it's like you saw them as a friend, they saw you as a frenemy. For some of you, this person never really was your friend. It was more about their need for attention. They're kind of like, and maybe, maybe they needed you. I of course, I'm not going to dig into the past too hard because everyone's situation is different. However, the energy of this person now, it's like, it's the energy of somebody like they want you to do well, but only to the extent that you fit in the box that they have you in, that they have you a little bit down, a little bit far away. It's like they want to feel like they're in control of your success. This is okay. And I feel like it's almost this energy of like, maybe you're giving them the silent treatment, but it's not like, oh, you're giving them the silent treatment so you can get, like, no, you're just being silent and that's permanent. It's not a treatment, it's a solution. So, oh, sorry, hit the desk there. Part of me wants to pull a card for like what's coming down the line, but you seem to be so enjoying the energy that you're in. I think we will pull a card because I'm hearing some of you are asking for it. So hold on for a second. I'm just looking at which deck to use. Okay. Just going to make sure it's upright. What can Cancer, what do they have to look forward to? What can they expect? Whoops. So we have what can you look forward to? What can you expect? We have the Eight of Pentacles. Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And then we do have the Six of Cups with the Eight of Swords. So I'm just going to lay these cards out. I'm almost hearing like, you're just going to keep spinning your web. They're in the, what, I think it's like the Animal Oracle deck. I do use it on this channel quite a bit. The spider on there says like, something to the effect of like, bring the magic to life. And I feel like that's what you're doing. And it's almost like the more that you allow yourself to focus on whatever it is that you're focusing on, the greater the root system is that you're building, right? So it's like this person might want to be like, oh, Cancer would be so further along if I was there helping them, but you know, they just can't do as much as they can do when they're with me because they need my help because like I am catching a real attitude. I'll try to stop. Not realizing that it's like you're not going to be putting on all of your accomplishments out on display for everybody. It's like that's not the reason that you're doing things. You're doing things because you want to accomplish them, because they confirm to yourself who you are and what you're capable of. And because you're internally motivated, you're internally driven, you don't need to put all the best parts of you on display for everybody else. You don't need everybody to like you. This person is kind of like throwing bits of themselves everywhere to everybody. That's probably why there's such a vacuum for attention. You're not like that. And so we're just going to talk about this Eight of Swords for a second. Sorry, my hair is on the table. I'm sorry. That's kind of gross. It's just, it's curly. So it, like one strand looks like it's all over the place. Anyway, the Eight of Swords usually talks about someone who's being held back by their own thoughts. But in this deck specifically, it's like there are seven swords down here, which Seven of Swords talks about like deceit, lying, cheating, stealing, all of that kind of like real underhanded deceptive stuff. And then there's this chrysalis here with a butterfly. You know, you can see the monarch held up by this final sword. And it's almost like you're being kept away from the vultures right now. Like this, you're kind of being formed, or you are being formed. You are forming yourself into, I feel like you're already there, actually. That might be why I'm stumbling over that. It's like you already, Cancer, what I'm seeing is that you're actually already that monarch. It just feels like it's just not something that you feel the need to share with everybody. It's just like, you know, walking around telling people, it's that energy of, this isn't your intention. This is how I'm seeing the energy in the cards. It's the definition here of this person runs around telling everybody what an alpha they are. You just are one. And it feels like even me saying that, it doesn't do anything for you. You don't need to be told that because you are that. That's why they run around doing all of this stuff. It's almost like all of the stuff that they're doing is running away from like this feeling of emptiness, this feeling of like, if they stop running around like this, they're just going to be left completely alone and in the dark. So I think I'll leave it there, Cancer. If this reading resonated, I hope it was helpful. If you like what I do, please like, comment, subscribe. It does help the channel. Next week will be I almost said February, October 2023 monthly readings. So please keep an eye out for those if you are so inclined. And we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.